Damn, this hair just made me go from Shali to Nanaya or Nashika. What do you think my Ghanaian name should be? Truth to be told, I really had to come back home to Ghana because I really miss Ghana Jollof. I'm so sorry, Nigeria. Don't come for me. If you think the traffic in Ghana is bad, you should come to Nigeria because this is next level. The battle between Ghanaian and Nigerian jollof is finally gonna get settled because I am in Nigeria and I'm so excited to try the Nigerian jollof. So guys, drop in the comments down below which one is best. If I had to describe Ghana in one sentence, this would be it. Debia asem fofro. I am hopeful for the future because if we look at Ghana, let's be honest, Ghana should be one of the wealthiest countries. If you look at the resources, the opportunities that Ghana offers, there is so much youth that can help develop and build the nation because the youth is the future. And if I look at all of these things, I'm very hopeful. And the only thing that I'm really praying for is that the need of the people of Ghana will be prioritized over power.
The president is a human rights activist. You are also a human rights activist. Do you think that the law did justice to you by deporting you?
I don't think it was just at all. If that was the case, I wouldn't be fighting it in the ECOWAS court. There have been so many violations throughout the whole process of my incarceration from start to finish. So many human rights have been violated. I think we have to speak up on this. We have to shed light on human rights violations because what I've seen and what I've been exposed to, if this is what you're doing to me, how much more are Africans and Ghanaians suffering a single day? And I think it's really important that we speak up and not be silenced. I want to be a voice of the voiceless and to speak up for people who nobody is listening to.
I know that you've always been a voice for the voiceless.
She's really funny, honestly. I like her content, her energy. Okay, let's move on. Watch another video.
I'm making this video because I'm so upset and so angry at what's going on in Libya. I've just been watching a documentary and it was just showing how many people from different parts of Africa are fleeing to Libya in order to leave Libya to come over to Europe. And what happens, these migrants get captured in Libya by slave traders, and many hundreds of thousands of men and women are brought into slavery and sold as slaves. Many of the women are put into prostitution, etc. There's complete anarchy on the streets of Libya, where there are 40 militias. In some cities there are 40 different types of militia. And I was just angry and I was just so upset to see this documentary and the mess that Libya's in and the tremendous suffering that people are going through in Libya, all the migrants there. And I just want to say that the West has a responsibility. The West caused the mess. France and Britain went and bombed Gaddafi and took Gaddafi out. We have a responsibility as the British people to make sure that Libya is a secure place so people can live, bring up their children, have an education, work and live in peace. And the international community has a responsibility to make sure that Libya is a place where people can raise their family in peace, where migrants are not put into sex slavery or slavery. So I want to say to the United Nations, as United Nations, you should unquestionably send in a task force, an army task force, and every one of those militias should be disarmed, and that's the end of it. So the United Nations, you should be there till peace is ensued. Britain should have military forces there to help the United Nations. France should have military forces there, and also America should have military forces there. And there should be a united effort throughout the whole world to make sure there are peacekeeping forces in Libya so that place can have stability. And those who are migrants there can have a chance at least a decent life. And that there are tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of men and women who need to be liberated from slavery and being sold into slavery in Libya. So I just think there has to be collective responsibility from the West to go in there and sort the mess out. We created the mess, and the human suffering that's going on there is unbelievable. The thousands of people that are dying, drowning because they want to get a better life in Europe, and then they get on these boats and then they drown. The thousands, tens of thousands of women that are sold into sex slavery, the tens of thousands of men that are brutally beaten, and hundreds, if not thousands, of men murdered. They have to be liberated, and there has to be stability brought to Libya. So there is absolutely no option but for the international community to send in a task force of soldiers, UN soldiers, to bring peace, to disarm all the militia there, and to bring in peace. And that is the only option. And then to deal with the humanitarian crisis that has been there for so long, but needs to stop, because there's hundreds of millions, hundreds and hundreds of millions of people in Africa, and millions of African people throughout the whole of Africa will be continue to flood to Libya. So it would be better to control Libya and keep Libya stable so you can control the borders, rather than leave it to slave traders, and then still tens of thousands getting through the hands of the slave traders, getting on boats, getting killed on the high seas. It would be better to control those borders and and keep that country stable, rather than the anarchy that's there. So if you're an aid worker who works in a charity, if you're someone who knows any contacts in the United Nations or any foreign offices of any country, please pass this video on. And may this video shame the international community. And may the international community wake up to the collective responsibility that they have to end the absolute humanitarian disaster that has been going on for quite some time now in Libya. It has to stop. The anarchy has to stop. And things have to be done, and we have to take collective responsibility. So I hope there's a politician out there somewhere who gets off the backside and says, you know what, enough's enough. We need to take a task force there. I'm going to push it at the UN, and we're going to go in there, and we're going to liberate those people from slavery, and we're going to liberate the people of Libya from the anarchy that's there, and bring some stability to the country. We're not invading the country, but helping the country to get back on its feet. But it's not going to get back on its feet with all these different warlords and chieftains who are vying for power. You know, you have 40 militias in one city vying for power for one street or two streets or a crossing in a street. And it's crazy, and it has to stop. And the problem started with us meddling in Libya. And now we need to go back and put it right. Please pass this video on. If you feel that what I'm saying is true, and if you have compassion and love for the people that are suffering there, because I feel tremendous compassion for these people, and I wish I could do more, but at least I can make a video to tell you how I feel about these people, and I pray that you would pass this video around, and maybe it'll get to some politicians who think, you know what, we need to do something. And I hope the UN one day does send in an international peacekeeping force and absolutely deal with the nonsense that's going on in Libya. Thank you for listening. Please share this video, and God bless you.
Okay, God will help Africa. Africa, they are going through a lot of situations, and our government, they are not doing anything. Sometimes, are you going to blame the government, or you're going to blame the people? Who are you going to blame? Sometimes they will say there is no work opportunity, and some people will get the work opportunity too. They will not do it. They will still want to go abroad. This advice is for especially a lot of people from Libya. They are reaching out to me, telling me what is going on there, and it's very sad, like so sad for what they are passing through. And like you are in the country that you are not free. So many things like it's happened there in the name of you just want to earn a living. I pray may God help some of our people, and I just want to appreciate you. Thank you. Bye bye for now. Because I don't have anything to talk now. If you want to reach out to me, look at my bio. My WhatsApp number is there. God bless you, and bye bye for now.